Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you. If you're returning, it's good to see you again. Today I'm going to do it a little bit of a different format where you're only going to get the channeled message, and I'm going to also include some coaching within this message. Please note that this is a collective group message that I have channeled. So if it doesn't align with you today, that's simply okay. Come back tomorrow where it may resonate more with what you need to know. Have you ever thought about money? And are any of you sort of sensing that for some reason it's really hard to come by? Have you ever been asked if you respect money? How many of you automatically go, yeah, I respect money? So let me ask you a different question. How do you show that you respect money? Are you a spender? Do you have credit cards maxed out? What's really important is not about what this tells you and your instant answer is, yes, I respect money. It's more about how you are with money. What do you do with the money you have? So what do you show? In order to gain more money, we must respect the money that we currently have. So let's get into the message and see what it brings up and where it's going to take me with this. So how to attract money? Number one, you must first respect it. If you don't respect it, why would you be given more of it? Yeah? Do you respect, value, and show gratitude is a big one for the money that you have? Or are you spending it with no real conscious awareness, right, of what you're spending it on? So some of you may be spending it and no real awareness of what you've got in the account or what your bills have you got coming or anything like that, or you're just buying things for the sake because you can buy them. You know, do you value the money that you have? And you know, so many people say that they found that the more money they have, the more they spend. And I'm going to say that's absolutely rings true to me as well. When I go back to when I was a lot younger and yeah, I didn't have much money, now to the point where I would maybe have $10 left to live off for the rest of the week. I remember going back to when my kids were young, because I had children very young. I remember there would be times I would walk around for over a week with $2 in my purse. And yes, that's going back about, maybe 40 years ago. No, maybe not that long. That's a slight exaggeration. 35 years ago. And you know, I managed it. And none of us want to just manage, right? I would never want to go back there. But the reason why I'm highlighting this is more about, it is so true that the more money we earn, the more we spend. And is it because we become a little bit careless, or is it because we become a little bit disrespectful? It's like, oh yeah, that's okay, we're getting more money. What is our mindset and our attitude towards money? Does that shift the more we get? Good question, right? Is your perspective of abundance, right? If we're abundant, I know of some people that are very abundant when they think about money. They have this absolute attitude of abundance towards money, and that's what they say they are. However, on the other hand, I can see that there's this disrespect for money, the way that they're spending it, and it's just no awareness. And do they need to pay for all the things that they buy? So whilst you maybe, have an abundant mindset of money, are you also disrespecting it at the same time? And that's a question to ask yourself. And a lot of people concerned, and I will get into the message because it does mention it, so I'm not going to give that away yet. So let me ask you, do you have credit cards? Are they maxed out? Right? Is that showing respect? If you've got credit cards and they're maxed out, it means you're spending money that you don't have, and yet you're wanting to attract more. Isn't that being disrespectful? For those of you, absolutely, there are a lot of people, and myself included, I actually don't have any credit cards, but a lot of people have credit cards and they're absolutely doing it because of the program, the points programs attached to it, fly-by points and flyer points and all of that. However, there are a lot of people that have credit cards that pay that off every month. It's just an alternative to using their cash because they want to accumulate points. Now, if you're that person, that's the way that credit cards should be used. If we're going to respect money, that's how it should be used. I said to my mum, I shared with my mum, I said I have Afterpay and I have Zip Pay, that's probably the credit card. However, I would only ever put anything on there if I had the cash to pay for it, right? And if I use it, it's only for cash flow purposes. So that's me respecting and going, well, I am spending within my boundaries, right? And often I'll pick things up and I'll actually ask myself, do I need it? No, I'm only picking it up because I know that I can afford to pay for it. That's not respecting money just because I can afford to pay for it. Wrong mindset, wrong attitude, yeah? So I hope that, it may align with you. This is not about judgment of your spending, okay? I want to really eliminate that. I don't want anyone to feel that I'm criticizing, judging. This is just offering you a perspective. I, in the past, absolutely had credit cards. Each and every one of them was maxed out because I was spending money I didn't have. So there is no criticism or judgment here. But when you can own your truth, it's the only way that you can shift it. Some of you may say you're not a spender, but in actual fact, your truth is you are. If you're spending money on credit cards and you don't have the money, that's a spender. Just saying. Is your attitude towards money one of, you can make it back fast? That's okay. I can make it back. Easy. Quick. No worries. Just there. Just with that attitude, are you being wasteful? Are you investing in things that if you didn't have the money you had, you wouldn't even invest? Are you being careless? Are you being disrespectful of the money that you have? If you are someone that has accumulated wealth, absolutely, celebrate you. And well done for all the hard work that you've put in to make the money that you have. However, I'd like you to ask yourself, is there things that you've invested in or things you've bought, and mainly investments or business opportunities, that if you didn't have the money, you wouldn't have gone in? And it's like, oh, well, that wasn't good, but that's okay. I can make the money back easily. Is that being disrespectful towards the money that you worked hard to attain in the first place? What are you actually setting out? Every dollar matters. It doesn't matter. And if you're being wasteful, it means you're being disrespectful. It's so important. What you put out is what you attract. When you disrespect money, is it not logical, right? Is it not logical that you may be experiencing a financial roller coaster? How many of you that are watching this now feel like, yeah, you got lots of money, and then all of a sudden you're down, you're up, you're down, you're up, you're down? Why? Why? Why are you on that financial roller coaster? What is it about the money that you have that you're either disrespecting or you're not showing gratitude for? Are you saying to self it's okay? I can make it back. That's all right. I can make it back quickly. It's all good. Yep. I'd like to ask you what you're actually saying. What is the intention behind it? What's underneath that? What do you actually really mean? What do you mean? So what you mean maybe is if I lose it, waste it, disrespect it, that's okay because I can get more. Why would you get more of something that you don't respect? Is your goal in life to work smarter, not harder and longer? That's a question. So, for those of you who, we talk about budgets, and I don't like the word budget. Maybe I've got a reaction to it because a lot of my life was budgeted. However, I've shifted the word, which I really do like. I do a financial audit. So it's about doing a personal financial audit and really looking at your expenditures versus your income. Yeah? It's really important that we're aware of our outgoings. I did an audit a couple of years ago and I couldn't believe how many things were direct debited of subscriptions that I don't even use. So I was disrespecting money. I was wasteful, paying for subscriptions of shit I didn't even know I had, some of them. I was like, oh my goodness. And when I was paying off my credit card debt, I could not count on how many hands I was charged $35 for late fees. What the? Again, disrespectful. I disrespected money so badly. Not surprising I didn't have it, honestly. And I'm very blessed that I was, I really learned how to respect money. And it was really great teachings from my husband. He, in regards to, well, you don't need that. So that's a big thing for me now is, do I need or want it? And I'm not saying that you cannot buy things. I still buy things, but I buy things within a limit and I sort of go, okay, that's that. It's about really being mindful of the money that you spend, being consciously aware. And we've all got a particular lifestyle that we want to live, right? I'm not saying to shift that. But I've had, some clients that buy umpteen coffees and they're spending X amount of dollars and then they're saying that I don't have money. And I'm like, well, do you really need to buy all those coffees? Could you not make coffee at home? There are alternatives, and it doesn't mean that you're being tight, okay? Because some people perceive it as tight. So I want to get back. So, do a personal audit. And it may take even looking at your bank account to see what direct debits. It could even be PayPal. It could be Afterpay. It could be ZipPay. It could be credit cards. Look at all your different statements to actually see how much money is coming out. Because it was amazing. I just looked at my bank account and then I went, oh, I've got PayPal that I do some direct. And when I ended up adding up, I went, wow. At the beginning, I honestly found over $400 that I would absolutely say I was being disrespectful with. I was like, are you kidding me? $400. And I'm sure now I'm due to do another audit that I'm going to find still that I'm doing that. Because as I say, I'm not a robot. My spending absolutely has been 1,000% improvement to what I was 13 years ago. I absolutely was a spender. I am not now. Because there are certain limits. I've set certain limits. My savings is not allowed to get any less than this. And for some of you, it may be that you decide to put away and have like spending money and allow yourself X amount. It's not about being tight, it's just about being respectful. And for those of you watching this, if you have a business, it may be, if it's a small business or you're a sole trader, it may be time to really do a business audit. Go and look at your expenditures, what things you may be paying for, subscriptions, memberships that are not necessary anymore. Insurances, revisit your insurances. This is all relevant to respecting money, because the more you respect, the more you will receive. The more you show gratitude, the more you will receive. So for any of you out there, you may be wondering why your financials are not improving. Maybe it's time just to do a financial audit and check out where is your money going? And are you consciously aware of really, what's coming into what's going out? Because you may be surprised, positively or negatively. It's not about being tight with money. It is simply about being respectful and showing gratitude for what you have. It's as simple as that. Now, this is very basics, and I haven't even included, we've just gone on respect about money. But for a lot of us, I did do a money blueprint video. If you'd like to really go and check out that video, which gives you another perspective about money and maybe why some of you, are struggling with money. It's just going to give you a different perspective. So I hope that you go and check that video out, the money blueprint. And if you want to follow on, it may even be relevant to the childhood blueprint. Now, I am a relationship and personal coach. So if this is something that you would like to work on regarding, your respect for money and really identifying if you do or you don't, reach out. My contact information is in the descriptions box below. And I would really love the opportunity to work with you and really clear that disrespect for money. I hope that you've gained something little from today's video, and I want to thank you for your time, as your time is valuable. Also know that you matter. You are your most valuable asset, so invest in you. I've given you a couple of exercises to do, so do the personal financial audit and the business financial audit if you have a business, yeah? If you enjoyed today's video and got value from today's video, I'd be so grateful if you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's video. So for today, take care.